the power of Corki in this game, all right? MidBeast is going to be happy that AP Corki completely taking over this game. Alright, what's up, Giga Gamers? Welcome to the Strat Chat. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got something special. We're going to be looking over the FlyQuest versus 100 Thieves. The lock-in tournament has begun, the precursor to the LCS. We're going to check out this game where FlyQuest played up, 100 Thieves played down. Maybe has something to do with the imports, who knows. But we want to check this out, see how, spoiler alert, FlyQuest was able to get the win. Alright, so to start off, we've got invades going up to the top side. We've got fan out. Well, let's look at the matchups a little bit. We've got Gwen into Kennen. Kennen is a little bit undertuned. If teams are playing him, they're definitely looking for those big team fights to play around objectives. Viego's looking to scale. FLYvs is looking to scale, so we definitely think that they're looking to do that. But when you look at the FlyQuest team as well, they've got Corki, Jinx, and Gwen, so a little bit more, much higher damage comp, a little bit less pick potential. You don't have the Syndra Scatter the Weak, you don't have the ultimate from Kennen to set up your fight, so the ease of execution goes to 100 Thieves, but the raw damage in the late game is going to go to FlyQuest. I do believe that this game will come down to early jungle, the fact that Xin can be in many different places at once. He can gap close, he can deal more damage, he's got a favorable matchup into the Viego, so this is going to be a good situation for him. We do have Ghost and Teleport from the Gwen, so she's looking for elongated trades. Also Flash, never really going to do that much against the Kennen. She wants the Ghost, so if it comes down to running it down, she will, running him down, not running it down, she will have that extra speed that will let her catch up. So right now she's going to be looking to get the CS that's safe. It's okay for her to take a little bit of poke. She will stay topped off, of course. The 1000 Cuts passive is going to let her get some of her health back when she's dealing the true damage here with the snips. I don't know about going for those. As your Xin Zhao. Alright, red Raptors. Let's see if he skips Wolves, goes straight to Gromp. We know that they're going to go high activity. The reason you want to go Gromp or go Invade in this situation is because it's the only camp that gets you level 3. So check it out. Yep, Jose Deodo is skipping blue, going straight to Gromp. He may even be double leashing. No, it doesn't look like he's pulling the blue over. But a little tactic, you hit the blue buff on the way over to Gromp, so you just get some more of the regen as you go over. So he's going for a 3-camp clear, which means he's trying to get either a gank, but the reason you're taking that Gromp first is to make sure that you get that reset faster. It also throws off the timers slightly for invades later, which only you will know if the camps were not warded. So good passing from Xin. Viego power clearing right now. Got five camps under his belt at 255. We'll see if he goes straight into the river from this or if he tries to get level 4 off the Krugs first. In the bot lane, we've got Leona Jinx versus Nautilus FLYvs. Depending on the gun combination is whether or not this favors the Jinx or the FLYvs, right? So if you have the red-white guns, then any engage where the two melees bop into each other is going to favor the FLYvs. But otherwise, if he doesn't have those, the CC from Chompers is much more reliable than the crowd control from the Gravitum. So when you're talking about that match, we'll get to it in a sec. In the mid lane, you see Xin Zhao pushing the wave, using Wind Becomes Lightning on the wave. He does that because he wants to help the Syndra get priority. Here's that example in the bot lane. That trade with both Aftershocks procced will favor the Leona Jinx in most situations. Once we get that full rotation of guns and we've gotten to gun 5-6 and they've set up the red-white combo, then it'll be in favor of FBI. What's up, Josh? Welcome to the chat. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so this is how the top lane matchup is supposed to play out. Kennen's going to get an HP lead. Gwen's going to take hopefully less than 2 hits per last hit, right? So if you're ever going to get 2 hits from your last hit, it's going to be too much. You're getting too much poke. That's why I was surprised that she was willing to take the hits on that first ranged minion wave, kind of set the tempo for what's going to go on. But she's going to be willing to use that fast teleport to get an item spike to go up and maybe contest the Kennen. There is a window at level 5, not at level 6. Well, at level 6 is a little bit more prolonged, but it's more dangerous going into the stun. But with Gwen with Ghost, she will be able to all in this Kennen if she's on a buy and Kennen's not. Syndra gets picked into Corki a lot these days. The ability to turn off First Strike very easily is probably the main reason that the appeal is there. You can also constantly push Corki in the early levels while he's stacking his tier. You saw that he started Corrupting Potion, went for a first back, no Magic Mantle, and tier. So he's trying to comfortably scale in this matchup. When we talked about the scaling and the ease of execution, Corki will never have to present a target to anybody on this team. You know, Kennen's gonna have to find some sweaty flanks if he's gonna get an opportunity to get the Corki in this game. And sometimes when Kennen flanks, Corki with package says, thanks for displacing yourself and moving to this side of the fight. I'm gonna go to that side of the fight. So there's really no way that I can see for 100 Thieves to effectively force a fight against a Corki that they aren't going to lose. This is going to be pretty tough for them. So the onus on them is really going to be about this early dragon, trying to get 3 early dragons using Kennen ultimate before Corki scales up to 3 items. Because once he's at 3 items, the rocket poke is too free. The rockets safely allows him to poke. He never has to engage. For that reason, I expect him to also go the AP build this game. Not just because you have Xin Zhao and Jinx already for damage. But also you just want that Luden's proc, you want that extra spell penetration so that your rockets hurt a little bit more. The scaling is higher on the AD items as far as total damage, DPS. But if you're looking for these prolonged fights, I don't think Corki wants to auto attack ever into this composition. You've got Kennen Maelstrom, you've got Viego Stun, Syndra Scatter of the Week, Gravitum from Aphelios, Hook and Ultimate from Nautilus. So I fully expect a Spell Pen build from... Oh, Nautilus, you're lucky you missed that. Or not lucky. All right, Huhi might be the smartest player in the entire league right now. Huhi, I'm going to guess that Huhi threw that hook on purpose missed because he doesn't want to hit, but he wants them to think that they're good to like set up that fight. Like if he feels the 2v3, you throw that hook and the other team's like, oh, he's looking to fight. He's looking to fight. Maybe it gives up the gig that the Viego's nearby, though. Viego coming over, always path through mid, right? Pathing through mid, find a way to get there, help the vision for your mid laner. So here we go, first dragon. This is what they need to do. This team is entirely about early team fights. They need to get early push. Xin Zhao comes and helps the Syndra. Sorry, Viego comes and helps the Syndra get vision. Syndra pushes. With the comfort of Xin Zhao being nearby, they get a free dragon. They should be looking for a fast scale. Look at this. Viego leaving up his eastern quadrant because they want to continue this. They want to finish the play, right? If they take their backs, then you might get frozen on or you might get pushed on. Either option will be good for FlyQuest. Viego coming to help set up the vision. Also says, hey, I could be here. And they can push up. Xin Zhao taking the trade-off. All right, you guys want to put pressure in bot? I'm going to go to Rift Herald. Now, something that we put in the last video, I'll put the link in the description below. The last video, 8-minute Herald rotations. After that dragon, Leona could have rotated over and guaranteed that this Herald were completely free. As is, they were holding the freeze anyways. Leona stays to make sure that her AD carry does not get engaged upon. Jinx has not very many tools to escape a gank from a level 6 Viego and Nautilus, so that's why she's hanging out down there. The fact that they gave up Dragon means that they get prerogative to take the Herald. Checking up on top lane, you've got Gwen and Kennen. Only a 10 CS difference. She hasn't used the Ghost yet. There we go, there's that engage we were talking about. White Gun, Leona level 5, there's the difference. I'm actually very surprised by this. It must have just been on that wave push because Leona stayed there. Oh, nice job by the Corki. He's got the backup. Oh, no, that's a bait. That's too much. That's too much. I like the idea of trying to bait out the Syndra there, but there's no reason. Syndra gets to threaten without any reason to really go any further forward. So we were saying in the bot lane, that push, since Leona was there, I would have expected her to have level 6 first. But the difference in their cannon wave being pushed in large part due to the Viego showing up bot, is what allowed that. Kumo doing a fantastic job staying relatively healthy. Rushed the Merc Dreads, which makes a lot of sense into this teamfight team that starts with Syndra, Kennen initiation, and a Viego stun. So definitely getting that safety first so that you can farm safely. The boots always, as always, give you that offensive and defensive mode, right? You can chase if you need to, but you've got the resistances, you've got the tenacity, and you've got move speeds that you're basically ungankable. Even if Kennen's willing to blow his ultimate and sprint and chase you down, you've got the tenacity to mitigate the stun. She's also in Conqueror and in Resolve, so there's a good chance that she's running both tenacity trees in this game. Now this is the part of the game where it gets really tricky for the Kennen. Alright, Gwen has the ability to start chasing down, and right now we're looking at Pen Boots versus Merc Treads. This is heavily favored in Gwen's favor. The sustained damage from her E and from the multiple procs of the Q is going to be what swings this matchup. You can see that she's taking CS with impunity now. Nothing Kennen can do about it in this matchup. One of the things about her W ability as well is that it can actually block the stun from Kennen. If he's trying to deal damage at range, she can leave that up. Kennen needs to get uncomfortably close, which allows her to get into her dash range and start attacking. Corki scaling up comfortably, even out CSing the Syndra, who's supposed to be able to push him in. You see this, you see the Null Magic Mantle that Corki's sitting on. If they were feeling more pressure, they would turn that into an early Hex Drinker. You probably still want to go Sork Shoes on the Corki just because you're waiting for that Spell Pen spike that's going to come from Ludens. Again, assuming that that's the build they're going. They're going to go Manamune into potentially Ludens, although it's okay to go Ludens third too, because that's really the stage of the game where you're looking to do it. By the way, there's a little ancillary noise right there. That's my kids playing in the background. Yeah, no, that's enough. So really, FlyQuest, they're ready to let this game come to them. No real pressure, onus to do anything. The Eye of the Herald is coming up right now. There we go. All right. Had to see a play from Jose. I don't like that path. Could have stepped back. Maybe he thought that Viego, maybe he felt the Viego behind him. But right now they're just cashing in a half of a kill essentially to Zinzao and Corki. They're splitting 320 gold. Ooh, I don't like it, Corki. The Corridor of Doom. Viego didn't sense it though. Alright, so red team again, prerogative for Dragon. You see Gwen's actually rotating mid. No pressure in the top lane, and you can expect Kennen to want to teleport to this fight. So she's already here. They're going to look to get a plate first. Put a little bit of extra pressure in the mid lane. But you can see she's already going back up top, which makes this play very free for red team. It should be free. 100 Thieves, what are you doing? Kennen face-checking into the Gwen ruins this play for 100 Thieves. Because now he's in pressure of getting chunked. No Maelstrom. Okay, Gwen opting to get all the way back. Corki going back. All right. They're still able to flex out. FlyQuest is just saying, hey, we're scaling. There's no problem. We don't need to force this. I would have said I think they have a strong chance of winning in that fight. Ooh, I don't like this. If you weren't going to fight a dragon, why are you fighting here? They just used a lot of spells here. We used Flash from Jinx, Teleport from Corki, the ultimate from Leona. Really to get nothing. We got a Flash from Nautilus. So Nautilus is a little bit weak right now. He doesn't care. He's just going to babysit for the time being. Or you can use this time to get some wards down. I expect Gwen to win this. I don't like this play by Tenacity. Alright. I think Kumo can actually continue that fight. He's got Conqueror procced. Kennen's out of cooldowns. Is left with only auto attacks at that point on. Has no Hextech alternator damage. Really, Kumo playing that a little bit too passively. Should have known. Should have had the comms from the team that Viego was still in the bot lane. No threat from anybody else. You just win that fight from there on out. That's a tough one to swallow, right? Though that only comes from limit testing, playing against your academy team, getting some lane coaching, and going 1v1 hard, right? And seeing like at what point can I take this fight. But a fully stacked Conqueror and fully stacked Snips with charges on the ultimate left, 100% that favors the Gwen. Nice engage. He caught a little bit deep. Again, we talked he doesn't have resources. He shouldn't have been the one that's further in deep. They should have been in a little passive stay right there for a moment. If they bring the entire team, then they can exploit the fact that Jinx doesn't have any flash, but Jinx is going to be the furthest back. Zinzao's got everything. He's moving up. Jinx stepping up. So here's the continuation to the Heralds, right? Not even sticking around for bot lane. It's much better if you do this on the 8-minute Herald, but this one's fine as well. They're moving the bot lanes up. This is going to favor FlyQuest unless there's full rotations from 100 Thieves, which it looks like they're going to get. They're scared off by the red-white combination from Aphelios. I'm just going to back off. Just throw a piece. Go pick it up. Don't do it again. All right, a little replay. Team a little scattered. Viego called back. Kind of sluggish from 100 Thieves there. Right, like the onus is on them. This is the part of the game that they need to flex. Kennen might be calling that he doesn't have his ultimate, or that he's not prepared to go in there. I don't know, he's afraid of Gwen scaling, but that's going to happen eventually anyways. Oh, that's the type of trade that favors Kennen. That's what you want all day long. Nice quick little burst. That's why he went for the Sork shoes. For the lane phase, but also when he gets that team fight, he wants people to pop. It's got to be quick. It's got to be effective, because the longer those fights roll out, you've got Gwen, Jinx, and Corki just ripping into everybody. All right, we do see a tier from the Corki, so confirmation he's going the AP build. Now you see tier first, right? Because you don't actually want to swap your adaptive force at this. No, it doesn't matter. He's got the mana immune. Yeah, you want to make sure that the mana immune's keeping your AD. You don't want to accidentally get more AP than AD. At this point in the game, you get the tier first because it's also adding to the mana immune's bonus damage from the mana scaling. Okay, they find the engage. Let's see the extract. A couple cooldowns. Leona a little bit far up. Oh, closer chasing. I love this. Continue this fight, 100 Thieves. There you go. It's done. Really unsure why they're in the river there. Nothing coming up. Baron's not for 3 minutes. Dragon's coming up before that, 45 seconds. So nothing really for Leona to be gaining coming down there. I'm surprised either team is going for that. Bot wave turret crashing in. This is going to create a push out, a rebounded wave. So whoever picks that up can wait for a double stacked wave to get down there. Nothing's happening. If you're blue team, you want to get down there a little bit faster so you can push it out. But again, if you're giving up, if you're seeding the third dragon, you can't really risk sending someone down there because after they take dragon, they'll just dive you with the numbers that they have down there. Kennen has teleport, but no Maelstrom. We'll see if 100 Thieves wants to force something in that situation. This Herald will get the turret. Herald being placed mid. All right, so they're placing Herald as a way to get to Dragon. That Herald is going to get the charge off. Jose Deodo, you do not need to stand there to get that gold. Now they're using Herald. The fact that Herald is already there, they're using that to create presence in the river. Corki teleporting with package. They're feeling good already. This is still a trough for them. This is still a problem. They've got mana immune uncompleted on Corki. That is a huge trough. Only one item, no pink wards on Zinzao. They're getting this. 100 Thieves, what are you doing? All right, that's a big mistake. Big mistake. Your team is significantly stronger at this point in the game. Jinx has a slight item lead over Aphelios. Syndra has a massive item lead over the Corki. The spike from Divine Sunder is one of the biggest spikes in the game for Viego. They should have been strong there. They're saying because we don't have Maelstrom, we don't need to fight, but this game's going to get out of control for them. I think Corki takes this game over now. The fact that they got that dragon, that changes the clock, right? You can't lose to souls. You can't lose to souls for another 15 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes. But really, it's the Elder. When you get the soul, you're saying we're going to be stronger for the Elder fight. But even then, this Infernal Soul versus Corki, Jinx, Gwen, like they're never going to present targets until it's the all-in, and it's not going to create the difference in damage that they need, especially if Corki's getting poke out. Mirror Mana completed. Now Corki is a champion. This is the point in your game if you're playing Corki at home. This is the point that you need to get to. The No Magic Mantle, and he never had to turn into a Hex Drinker, although he may still go into Maul of Malmortius later. Although we'll see. Usually they just leave it at Hex Drinker. It can be an endgame Maw, but normally they go Ravenous Hydra as a hybrid because you're getting all that scaling anyways. I like this proactive play from 100 Thieves, but let's see what the answer is from Fly. They've got a push mid and a push bottom. Leona's going to use this time to get a shallow ward out, right? You can't go deep because Strength in Numbers is in the northern quadrant, but you can get a shallow rotation ward, right? So this ward right here, this is saying I want to see them when they come back through this area of the map. It is an infernal map, so some of the bushes have burned away. So a little bit easier to create space wards. You don't need to get everything into bushes. You don't need to anyways, but the wards are going to be even more effective. When you are looking to get that deep ward in, they're going to try to get it right in that middle area, right? Because then it sees all three directions coming out. Normally you're walled off there. Alright, 2-item spike on Jinx. Again, rapid fire cannon, right? They're saying, it's all good. We'll just go for poke. We're the poke team. Corki's going to build poke. I'm going to build poke. I'm going to get rapid fire. I'm never going to present a target. I'm just going to try to get one crit off with my fish bones. Stay at max range here. Never really present a target. Let's see if they... Oh, are they really engaging this? That seems risky. Kumo is in. Oh boy, all right, they get the jump. All right, here it is. They've got the upfront. If you ever get the health lead, they're going to be strong. Maelstrom. Was Maelstrom used on the top side of that fight? Kennen's ultimate is down. He must have used it trying to pick the Gwen, and that would have been split comms. If it were a heads-up play by... I mean, it may have been by Jose Diodo saying, oh, look at that R damage chunk. The big one just taking half their health away. Saying, oh, you're going to engage on Gwen? Well, she's got a tool to not get engaged upon, and we can start the fight on the front line, and then we can converge on the front line while you guys are trying to play front to back after that. Look at that damage. Oh. Alright, Tukuid going a little bit deep. By a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Go thirsty for that Kennen. Viego going for resets because they had the huge Corki. Alright, full armor shred. Got the armor shred from the E. Oh, you're god for move. You're so good. Alright, dragons in 58 seconds. Everyone will be able to reset. They'll be fine. There's already a gold lead on FlyQuest, which means this game's pretty doomed for 100 Thieves. We'll see how they play it out. Looks like we're going to get, finally, Boots upgrade from Jinx, or this could be a Stormrazor. She could be saying, I want to poke from distance. Stormrazor gives me the most extra damage on my poke. Therefore, it is the best. It's also going to create that slowing effect, which may allow Corki to land a big one. Or even a Leona ultimate. So, it's pretty common to see Stormrazor. Also, completely underrated effect. The static charged abilities, right, from rapid fire, etc. Those things stack on top of each other. So when you're getting one proc, you're getting the other. Oh, big upfront damage. Look at that Corki damage. It's just so nuts. Aphelios, big splash. Closer, what do you... a little thirsty. But look at the... Every time this fight starts, you see the puff, the accordion effect. Everyone's just moving back from 100 Thieves. Their team wants to converge. They want to be the team that gets into a big ball. So I think just fundamentally they are misplaying this game. FBI caught out. Nice job by Gwen. Good spot up. Here's that scaling. Look at that damage. The snips. Riftmaker Zhonya's. I like this, right? She realizes that she's going to be the part of the front line. Her and Xin Zhao are going to be diving onto this. If a fight does break out, really it's about her staying safe longer so that they get the maximum poke out. That pick means a second dragon. All right, so 0 chance of a soul happening for 100 Thieves anymore. This is one of the issues with dragon stacking and trying to be a dragon stack team, which I don't think they were. I think they wanted to be the team fight outscale team. They're just not. I think it's just a champ diff for this game. But if you're the champion stacking team, you have to be willing to identify that role and take it early and say, we're going to go in, this is our win condition, things will only get worse if we give them up. Alright, so let's see, we've got Ghost up from Gwen, Teleport coming up, Teleport down from Corki. Corki's timing his package with the dragons from now on. Right, so you can leave when package spawns, it stays in your base for 3 minutes. Does 2 things. One is it fills you up to maximum rockets. Second is it sits there for 3 minutes. So you can always coincide your package take with the preparation for the pit. Right, so as your team's preparing for pit, that's when you get the package. Then you can set up the siege, and you're threatening essentially a rumble ult to lead into fights. On top of all the poke that you're going to come in. Full rocket stacks. FlyQuest still scaling. They're going to keep on rotating around. Look at all the vision on the map. Not much denial. Good wards out here. I like the pink ward, the red ward in the center of the lane from blue team. This is the part of the game where Gwen's feeling it. Stacking up her snips, all right? Important part of the kit, right? You need to constantly be getting those auto attacks off so that you can get maximum snip stacks. Also, every time that you auto attack, it gives you your E cooldown. Half of it gets refunded, so you have a chance of being able to pop over walls and things like this. All right, so 3 champions were required bot. 1 died and 2 of them stayed for elongated periods. You see that blue team is able to take control of the northern quadrant, which is going to prepare themselves for the Baron in 90 seconds. Now, I wonder in part if this has to do with Ssumday still not being here. Again, I don't know. Sorry. I don't know how teams manage to do this. I'm going to rant for a second. You know there's going to be travel restrictions. There's always travel restrictions. Even before COVID, there was travel restrictions, and you'd have players having a tough time coming over here. Now, part of that was... Never mind, I won't talk about it. There's travel restrictions. Figure it out so that your team gets over a month in advance, right? I know you want them to get a vacation, you want to see the family, but, like, plan for that. Say, all right, I want you to be here a month early, 3 weeks early. And then if they accept everything and everything goes through, cancel the flight, set up another one. You're good. All right, we set it up. We're good. But have it prepared. You know, and that's only if that player needs to be home. And, you know, you want to give it to them. They have a long grueling schedule, right? They've had from October till now off. And let's face it, most NA teams have had longer than that. All right? It's not like they're playing in the playoffs. They don't need that long of a break. Or set up, you know, a more casual weekly schedule, but having this issue where half of these teams are rostering incomplete teams is kind of ridiculous. Like, what was it? TSM's playing their entire academy roster for this. That being said, this having nothing to do with your standings in the actual schedule, the season, it can make sense to get your academy team some time, right? Some experience on stage. That can be valuable. But I don't know. I'm sick of watching these teams missing players. It's ridiculous. All right, so we've got rotations from blue. They've controlled the east side quadrant. They've decided that they're going to be the ones that are going to be forcing these fights now. They've got the poke win, so they want to control the dragons. It's 2-2. They also have the 2 infernals, so they get that damage lead for their poke comp. Red team really is coming down to the moment where they have to probably force enemy team to come to Baron Pit. If it stays in this long range scenario, it's going to be really bad for them. The issue with Infernal map, not only did Corki get extra scaling, but also he's got easy motility. He can move around behind this wall, always have the safety of dashing backwards in an Infernal map. Very easy for them to create multiple channels of poke. Normally, when it's a poke versus team fight composition, you're looking for those corridors. And as a red team, as a team fight team that on an Infernal map, you just don't get that, right? You don't have these corridors, or they're much narrower. Are they fully seeding this already? Tenacity's looking to back. Aframu's holding the front. Jinx dealing rocket damage over the back of that wall. Love it. Rocket. Boom! Look at that. And right like that, they say, no, we're out. God, Corki, this is... And the pressure that's going on in the top lane. Kennen can't answer this. This is a champ diff. Comp diff. Oh, you can go in on that. Alright, stay alive. Buy your team time so that they can get Baron. That's really what this is coming down to. There's the Zhonya's. Need to get another auto attack. Yeah, you need an auto attack off so you can get the next 1,000 or whatever the ultimate is called. So burst Baron here. Gwen will respawn. Just in time. No vision. Does it look like no vision from the Viego? Where's his red ward? Where's your red ward closer? What are they going? Is that a death stance? That can't be right. That's a death stance. Into Corki Gwen. I don't know about that. Also, it's a poke comp, so they're going to wait for that damage to bleed out. It's not... Alright, I can see it. If you guys can be willing to force this, to really force it. The issue is that the range is so high. Everyone needs to dodge the big rockets over and over. And this game is just going to go... This game's just going to go further and further in their favor as those items come out. Especially if we get the Void Staff next. To ensure that all that damage is landing. Another item, by the way, that people aren't really considering that I think they should is Divine Sunderer. Divine Sunderer gives 5% magic and armor pen. A lot of people don't realize that. Per extra item that you have. So if you're going for a third item mythic anyways, you're getting just about as much scaling from the AD. Plus you're getting the health. You're getting healing on your auto attacks. You're getting that proc. And you're actually getting more penetration in the end game. So I think it is a viable build for that champ. All right, let's see if Kumo can get out of this. Whoa, look at that damage. 2v1. Easy. And Jinx blows up the fight in the meantime. They say, oh, you want to bring 2 people out there? I'm Leona. We've got rockets coming at you. We've got a Leona engaged. This is GG. So there you see the power of the Corki, right? Being able to change your build. In this game, you're just definitely not going to want to auto attack because there's too many engage tools at that shorter range. So instead, the Corki going for that AP build, constantly chunking them out. Once they got to that full mana immune was just an unstoppable force. That's all it takes, one item, and then start building into your splash, into your penetration for your magic damage, and that becomes your champion, just high damage poke. The fact that Corki's getting played like this makes me think that maybe Kog'Maw might be next, so that might be the next iteration, or we might see these artillery mages start making it back, the Xerath, the Vel'Koz, even Azir that has a duality that can be that engage. If you do need to, can be that disengage, but can be that long-range poke. So looking forward to see what comes next in the metagame, how it evolves. I hope I hope that the devs let there be a couple weeks of manifestation of the meta before they start making changes, because everyone's going to go back to comfort. They're not sure where things stand. Everyone's going to stick to the things that they know, and they're going to reiterate them. Let things hash out before we see what goes on. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep it surreal. Peace.